here we have,
This is Brandon.
and we also have,
Eric.
and now Eric, I know about you, but most people don't know about you, so I kind of want to give you an introduction. Like, you know, what would you say is your story?
My story. Well,
Yeah, just grab it.
yeah, okay, I'll grab it. Well, I'm the music director of A New World, intimate music from Final Fantasy. I'm also an associate music director of Distant Worlds, music from Final Fantasy, and we're performing here at MomoCon tomorrow. A New World is, I should say, and it's great being here.
How did you get involved with Distant Worlds?
Well, you know, it's a little, I mean, I'm just going to be straight with you and tell you the truth, which is that Eric Roth, the music director, is my father. You know, so that's you know, it's just some classic nepotism, and but you know, I'm not confused about things like if we couldn't deliver the goods, like we wouldn't be doing it. You know, so I mean, that's my background is composition, orchestration, and arrangements, that type of stuff. I've been doing it for a lot longer than Distant Worlds and A New World, and you know, it's just been a great relationship. And I'll tell you this about my father, which is that the more time I've spent in show business and music, the more people I meet, the more respect I have for this guy. You know, the more I realize how special a talent and you know, collaborator he is.
Is it a tough job you find, or is it one that, you know, kind of comes easy? It's one that's you know, fun, rewarding?
It's both. I mean, both are true. You know, it's really challenging. The biggest challenge is how are you going to arrange this music that people have such deep relationships with, and do it in a way where it's fresh and still retains the identity that people want out of it. I mean, that's the real balancing act, and it's a huge challenge. But I mean, it's also really fun. You know, because it starts from a place of really loving the music. You know, so it's I can think of a lot worse ways to spend my time than working on some music that I adore.
I definitely agree. So what would you consider to be your biggest inspirations for coming up with composing music?
Biggest inspirations. I mean, that's tough stuff. Yeah. I mean, geez, that it's still tough, you know. I mean, one of the greatest things about Final Fantasy is that the music is such an integral part of the, you know, all the games and the quantity of it. You know what I mean? There's just like, it's not like you're hearing the same themes over and over again. Even when you hear them when they're repeated, they're coming back in new ways and, you know, with new approaches or different tempi. I mean, I know I'm dancing around this a little bit, but you know, but the truth is that it's I'm inspired mostly by the breadth of the great music. You know, it's just there's just so much. It's inspiring to live up to.
So making a work like this, or being involved in a work like this, you know, you could potentially attract a lot of different fans. There's the diehard fans of, you know, Final Fantasy, us, you know, stereotypical basement geek, you know, never seeing the sunlight type people. And then, but still there are, you know, I'm sure you do want to also appeal to fans of the Philharmonic, people who do come out to those, you know, concert orchestra scenes.
Those things are awesome.
How are you able to captivate, you know, the wants and needs of both parties to, you know, create a project like this?
I understand the question. I mean, it's definitely on our minds. On the one hand, for people who enjoy chamber music and orchestra music, it just takes care of itself. You know what I mean? In the sense that it's the music is so strong, you know, and I'd like to think our orchestrations and arrangements are strong enough that, you know, people really just enjoy it on a musical level. As far as appealing to the hardcore, I mean, that's one of the greatest challenges of the project. I think I alluded to it before, but how do you satisfy the deep relationships that people have with this music? I mean, it's a lot to live up to.
Do you have like a favorite Final Fantasy soundtrack, or one that you relate to the most, or one that touches you, one that like, this represents me, or this is my favorite, something like that?
I can pick a favorite because it's the one that kind of got its hooks in me first, and it's 10.
10.
Yeah.
10.
Yes. But let me be straight and just say that I love music from all sorts of the games. I mean, like, you can from 15, from 1, there's lots of great stuff on 1, I think, Yeah.
Is there a particular soundtrack? Like, I know off 10, mine is the, what is it, Road to Xanarkand, is it? Yep. Road to Xanarkand is my favorite.
Yeah, that's true. I love Xanarkand too. Fight with Seymour is a really cool one for me, I pick and choose more, but those are two big ones for me, since I'm not going to start listing, I gave you 2. That's pretty good.
2 is awesome. 2 is awesome. I appreciate it.
What would be your dream project? Looking forward to after this is all done, like, where would you love to go from here?
Well, let me first say that I don't think we're going to be done anytime soon. I mean, there's just so much music. There's so much demand. Square Enix is happy, with our partnership and collaboration, and I can't see any reason why we're going to stop doing this anytime soon. Distant Worlds or a New World, for that matter. But now to get actually at your question, like a dream project. Yeah, I mean, it's always a dream for me to be doing original music. It's a great challenge doing arrangements and orchestrations, but I still have some things to say also,
Yeah.
So I guess that's being honest.
Yeah, that's very honest. Do you actually play Final Fantasy games? I know you probably don't get that very much, but do you actually play, like?
No, I get asked all the time.
Oh, for real? Oh.
Yeah, I get asked all the time about this question, and the answer is that I don't play every day, but yes, I've definitely played the games, and The truth is that I came to it from the music first, and that was my way in. So I don't have the same relationship that a lot of that gamers have, in the sense that they're coming to the music as an integrated whole with the game. In some ways I miss out on having that being my initial experience of the music, but I can put myself in those shoes playing the game, and and can experience the richness.
So, I definitely enjoy the time that we've spent, the interview and anything. Before we go, you being a highly accomplished conductor, do you have any other upcoming concerts besides today, or any plans in the future for any other projects, personal projects, anything that we should keep a lookout for?
Well, the personal things are things that I really can't talk about right now, frankly. It's I know that sounds silly, but there's something I wish I could tell you about for real, but I just can't, because it's still in the maybe department. We're doing a lot of a New World shows. I mean, through the summer and into the fall. We just came back from Australia, which was fantastic. We're doing Portland, Oregon next week. We've got going back to Vancouver, Anime Evolution, which we love Vancouver, and in October, Bonn and Brussels will be really cool to get out there where we haven't been before. I mean, we've got a lot of concerts scheduled, and I wish I could tell you more about some stuff on the burner.
It's all right, man. It's all right. Top secret stuff, man. So you just know that there's gonna be a lot of good stuff coming out from Distant World and Final Fantasy. Is there?
I could say one other thing.
One other thing? Oh yeah, go ahead.
I mean, Distant Worlds. We have all these 30th anniversary of Final Fantasy shows coming. You know, yeah, right. I mean, I don't know why I don't know why I'm putting that on the back burner, but you know, we have a lot of these shows coming up this summer and into the fall and winter, and it's a big deal. I mean, it's 30th anniversary, 30 years. I mean, so it doesn't seem that long ago that we were doing 25, but. You know, but it was definitely 5 years ago. So yeah, we got some pretty exciting shows coming up. I'll just put it that way.
Awesome. Now, is there any shout outs or anything you want to say to anybody?
Just thank you to our friends here at MomoCon. It's great making new friends. It's really been a treat dealing with the people we've been dealing with here. Yeah. And it's good to be in Atlanta. Beautiful weather. It's been a beautiful weekend.